So every time you click skip intro on the Netflix video, there's a superpower behind the scene working which loads your video smoothly. And no, that's not your internet service provider, that's your Linux. From the Netflix streaming servers to Chandrayaan-3 mission control systems, from Google's global servers to SpaceX skyrockets, and from your social media streaming servers to your cricket streaming apps, everything is powered by Linux. So if you're binge watching Stranger Things on Netflix or watching India do strange things like drop a moon rover on the south pole of a moon, behind the scene, everything is managed by your Linux. And a proud moment for Indians is we are the top 3 leading contributors towards the Linux kernel development. I'm Fazlur Rahman from the Linux Foundation. I'm here to tell you about how to take your cloud native career training forward. I'm going to talk to you quickly about the Linux Foundation, the Linux Foundation education. And I'm going to give you 2 roadmaps on one, how you can learn and leverage the existing trainings to become a better engineer, and then one, how you can contribute to open source world and become a better engineer at that. The Linux Foundation is a foundation of foundations. Started in early 2000s to help and support the work of Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux. This foundation quickly grew and has many other open source projects under its umbrella. Has close to 1,000 plus of open source projects under itself. It's not only limited to Linux. Now, from the developer point of view, from developer perspective, it supports in an open and neutral governance platform, help you to collaborate and build those open source projects in the world. 110 millions of lines of code are added every week. Linux Foundation helps you or supports in doing all of that. Millions and thousands of pull requests, hundreds and thousands of commits per week is what Linux Foundation helps you in keeping and running these open source projects out there. And we are behind most of the famous open source technology. It's not only limited to Linux. Kubernetes, for example, when we talk about AI, it is your PyTorch and MN flows. If you talk about your security, it's OpenFSF and OpenSSL. Kubernetes, Node.js when it comes to web development, and plenty of other platforms are supported and driven by the Linux Foundation umbrella. Now, moving towards the Linux Foundation education. The Linux Foundation education arm of the Linux Foundation helps you get trained and helps the world give a better open source ready engineers. More than 350,000 engineers have been trained using the free courses what is available on the Linux Foundation platform. And what Linux Foundation does, it also gives you around 3,000 annual scholarships to underprivileged students and young engineers across the globe. The courses what Linux Foundation offers are curated by the industry experts. They're built in conjunction with the leading industry experts and the open source projects. So we have close to 150 odd e-learning courses, out of which 90 plus of them are free to use. I'm going to give you a roadmap of how you can become a better cloud native engineer, starting from if you are a novice or beginning your career in the cloud native tech stack. Now, 90% of your cloud computers runs on an operating system called as Linux, right? So before you dive into the complex topics and all the tools out there in the landscape, you should build your basics, right, by getting your foundational knowledge. Looking at Linux as an operating system, I recommend you to understand the basics of Linux. Say, understand what kernels are, how to load those modules, understand the basics of how to write your shell scripts, understand basic CLI commands. That acts as a foundation for you to become a better engineer in the cloud native space. I would recommend you some free courses out there, like maybe Introduction to Linux, or maybe courses like Introduction to Linux for Cloud Technicians. Once you have this basic of the Linux operating system and also the fundamentals of networking and integrity of how packets flow will help you understand the other application stacks later. Now is the era of microservices, right? Now containers are very important. Once you have your foundations right, you should look at adding on to your container knowledge by understanding how containers are built, understanding how Docker files are built, understanding how your containers are run, push, and built maybe securely, follow the best practices of writing the multi-stage Docker files. I recommend you a course called as Container Fundamentals, LFS 253, a very awesome course. Once you know how to run these containers, maybe spending a couple of weeks on a standalone machine, you should know how to run them in production as well. Because in productions, we don't run single machines. Any guess why we don't run just one machine in production? Of course, single point of failure, right? So we have multiple machines. The more the machines, the more containers I have to deploy. I need to have a cluster. I need an orchestration platform which can help me do that. And the de facto orchestration platform in the world, Kubernetes. So I recommend you, once you have the container knowledge, to build on the Kubernetes knowledge, making use of courses like Introduction to Kubernetes, Kubernetes Fundamentals, and Kubernetes for application developers. Of course, once you've learned how to manage your application workloads across the cluster, you should also know how to provision your infrastructure and a little bit of cloud stack as well. So I would recommend you tools like OpenTofu, which helps you scale your infrastructure, make use of infrastructure as a code. Once you have fair idea around that, I would recommend, I want you to go learn the concepts of GitOps, of how you can do a continuous integration and continuous delivery. And once you have this experience, we would move you towards understanding how observability works. How do these logs work? How do these metrics, how do I capture these metrics? And how do I know how my microservices-based application is performing? I need to trace all the requests. And once you have that clarity around that, adding observability on top of it is very important. Now you know how to run your workloads, you know how to observe them. Of course, you should also be aware of how to secure them, because security is fundamental for everything. As a developers, if you can imbibe security features while building your code, they say there are 4 C's in security when it comes to cloud native stack. First C is your code, second C is your container, third C is your cluster, and fourth is your cloud. So security is involved in all different places. You should know how to write secure codes, you should know how to secure your containers, you should know how to secure your cluster and how to secure your cloud as well. There are tools like, the courses like Kubernetes Security Essentials is what I would recommend. And of course, once you have all of this depth of knowledge and making it automated and not making it self-service is the key, I would recommend you to look at the platform engineering aspect of it. So if I quickly summarize, start off with basics of the operating system and then build on top of containers and take it to the Kubernetes ecosystem and then build on top of it. Now this is what you can do to grow your career, to begin and start working from it. Now the good thing is, the courses what we have, I would want you to take a picture of it if you want to, of all the 150 odd courses what we have, 90 plus of them are free. So all the courses I spoke about there are absolutely free. And when I say they're free, they're built by the best of the best in the industry, right? In collaboration with the open source projects. And I would recommend you to start your journey from there. Now moving from here, you can also learn by contributing to the open source world, right? How do I do that? Here's a nice roadmap given to me by my colleague in LF, Ibrahim Hadid. He talks about how you as a developer can contribute to the open source world. A simple 8-step formula. 1, go maybe to the Linux Foundation website and find out there are 1,000 open source projects out there, right? And pick any project which interests you. And once you have chosen a project of your liking, go study the go study the licensing model what they have. Is the licensing open enough? Once you have fair idea about the open licensing what they have, Learn about the project, join the communities, join the Slacks, join the mailing list, understand and read the documentations. Once you have fair idea about that, get yourself a GitHub account. Understand the basics of GitHub, like how do you write a pull request, how do you merge PRs, and how do you maybe fork and clone, basics of that. And then make a copy for yourself locally and start working on it. Start by contributing small. Typically what happens if you are contributing to a larger or a mature open source project, it is already mature, it's already set up, there are already many contributors contributing to it. They might not be really welcoming if you're a new developer. So I would recommend you, look at the mailing list and join the mature projects. But at the meantime, look at the projects which are in sandbox states, which are incubating. So what that allows you is those maintainers are very welcoming. And you learn how to contribute, and it makes you a better engineer, and you get to learn from that. And start small, maybe fixing a typo somewhere in the documentation. Make those small PRs first, and once you get a hang of it, you can keep contributing to it. And most important part of all of this in the open source world, so when you contribute, there might be feedback. Right? Of course, 99% of the people are very good. They give you a good constructive feedback, but you should be open enough to receive that feedback so you can be better engineer at that. So be open to the feedback and keep yourself up to date with the upstream. These are two ways I would say. One, by learning the courses what somebody has already written, and you can also become a better engineer by contributing to the open source world and making these projects better. Now, I mentioned about the free courses, right? Which kind of gives you what you want. But there are a few other beautiful courses what we have, but are not free. Like the Linux Foundation also offers you the certifications, right? Now I've shared this slide with the organizers of KCD. You might receive this in the email as well. You can use this coupon code to get 40% off on the remaining trainings which are not free, or the certifications or the bundles if you were looking for. And how do I redeem this? Well, it's a simple step. You log on to your training portal at linuxfoundation.com and create an ID for yourself. And once you have created the ID, go choose whichever course you want to, add that to the cart and apply that coupon code. Simple as that, and you would get that 40% off. I think it's valid till I think the end of this week. Now with that, I've come to the end of it. If you have any questions on Linux Foundations, on certifications, on any of our courses, feel free to connect with me. I'm available here after this talk as well. We can connect offline as well. Thank you so much.